Hey everyone, real quick update for you before the video begins. First off, if you missed this year's Dead Meat Horror Awards, make sure you go over to Dead Meat Presents and check it out. It is literally the best video we have ever made. From the presenters we have, to the information provided, to the acceptance videos that some winners sent in, to how damn good Chelsea looks. I can honestly say I've never been more proud of a video, so check that out. And second, there's all new Dead Meat merch available, including a line of products for Dead Meat Video. There's a link to that in the description, so check it out. All right, on to the puppets. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're diving back into the trunk with Puppet Master 2, released direct-to-video in 1990. I covered the first Puppet Master last year and had a fucking blast. This is exactly the kind of series I started the Kill Count for. I said I'd do another if it did okay, and it kinda did, but mostly whatever. I'm doing some for me nowadays. Views be damned. Still, I hope y'all are as pumped as I am to get back on the Puppet Express. Woo woo! Especially since it's only our second stop out of as many as 15 if you want to ride it that long. And if you include reboots, recaps, crossovers, see them hanging out with the demonic toys, and spin-offs, which you gotta include because one of them has Laura Dennis, aka Allie, aka the world's biggest and sweetest Puppet Master fan. I'm so happy for you, girl! The first Puppet Master was a little light on the puppets and heavy on the Giallo influence. For the sequel, Full Moon Maestro Charlie Band took things in a different direction. First off, he knew we needed to see the puppets more, including the new one.
Torture, the hottest puppet around.
So to direct the movie, he hired David Allen, the Oscar-nominated special effects artist who helped design and create the puppets in the first place. Here, Allen was aided by a larger effects crew to give us fewer puppet POV shots and more shots of PO'd puppets. For the screenplay, first-time writer David Pabian was told not to worry about anything that happened in the first film. He decided to make the sequel totally tonally different. Instead of Hitchcock and Giallo, it's more gothic Universal monsters. There's still some weirdness to this movie compared to the later Puppet Masters. Most notably, Andre Toulon's a total dick, whereas later he'd be depicted as a warm, fatherly figure. But it's much closer to what you want out of a movie called Puppet Master than the weird original. And regardless of merit, I still love it. It's Puppet Master! So I hope you enjoyed this return to the franchise. Will Toulon set a good example for his puppet pals, or will his malice lead to a marionette of gross murders? Let's find out and get to the kills. The movie begins with a production card that got me pumped as a kid, I tell you what. In Shady Oak Cemetery, Shady, not Shelby, don't sue him, Stuckman, the body of Andre Toulon lay, until it's dug up by Cenobitty Pinhead and his puppet pals, Jester, Leech Woman, Tunneler, and Honcho Puppet Blade. With a little bit of life juice, it's alive, alive, and reaching out for that title card, 2! Roman numerals, not Arabic. Perhaps taking uninspiration from Friday the 13th, the sequel's credits are the same as the originals. White text, black background, and Richard Band's all-timer of a theme. We come out to the same opening shot too, the Bodega Bay Inn on a cliffside, sitting there getting eroded by the day. A van of paranormal investigators arrive. Will they be as horny as the psychics in Puppet Master 1? Not a fucking chance, my dude. Well, actually, maybe if they notice how well this guy's filling out them jeans right there. But no, they're too busy to be horny. In fact, they've got a screen wipe into action. They're here to investigate the death of Megan Gallagher, whom we last saw surviving the first movie and petting that reanimated dog. The Scooby Gang consists of leader Lady Carolyn, her alcoholic brother Patrick, spunky gal Wanda, and Wanda's boyfriend, CMT Lance. He's a real goofball. Cut it out, CMT Lance! Carolyn cracks open a book to get Bodega Bay backstory. The hotel we know and love was built on hills that were mystical, according to an Egyptian, mystic. That gives it a supernatural connection to death and makes it a conduit between planes of existence, or something. That night, while Pinhead be peeping, the parapsychologists are joined by Camille, who poo-poos their tech.
You won't hear their voices on that, my dear. They will come to you when you open your mind and heart. Do you think you can capture the darkest secrets of the universe on these tiny television sets?
That's because she's a psychic, leading me to wonder if she got lost on her way to the first movie. I mean, she did get lost on her way to the hotel. She had to stop for directions from this lady down the road.
Turn left at the crossroads, and if your luck runs out, you'll find the place.
That scene stealer lives with her husband Matthew, played by Buck Flowers, because this movie has class. Carolyn tells Camille what happened to Megan Gallagher. They found her with her brain extracted through her nose.
Egyptian mummification.
The gruesome murder was blamed on Alex Whitaker, protagonist of the first film, after he apparently went insane. Now he's locked up in an asylum, never to be seen or even mentioned again. Oh, except for in the comics, where he gets decapitated by Blade. Spoiler alert. Camille has an off-screen puppet scare, so she's like, nah, fuck this place, I'm straight outie. Great idea, Camille. Just don't get distracted talking to busts on your way out.
What do you want?
Ah, shit, we lost her. And you know it's over when Pinhead knocks her to the ground. That's puppet turf! Jester gets kinky with a gag, and Camille just kinda lays there while Pinhead drags her across the floor, giving her rug burn, I'm sure. Oh, and since this is the last time we see her alive, I guess I'll count her kill right now. The others chalk up her disappearance to the fact that Patrick was a dick to her. Wanda and Lance get back to work watching for ghosts or whatever on their PK camera! Work time becomes playtime in no time, but before boobs can be bared, they see something on the TV. Aw shit, a motherfucking puppet!
Oh my God.
Come on! See, they could have been saying the exact same things, but like in a way different tone.
Oh my God.
Come on!
They're unable to stop Tungler from hopping up on Patrick's bed and boring a hole into his head. Oh shit. Bow down before the one you served, Patrick. You're going to get what you deserve. Lance gets in there and does what you would do to a puppet. It just kind of tosses him across the room. And yeah, stamp him out with whatever. A light stand works. Too bad Patrick didn't think to do that. Now that guy's dead. And so is Tungler, maybe? Looks like when I find a lizard that Lucy killed. They cut open Tungler like this were the start of Saw 4 and discover the life fluid inside him. But wait, life fluid? Oh shit. I guess I'll count Tungler as a kill then. He had a life force and was a tiny humanoid. I mean, look at him. The next day they're sitting around when John Cena busts in. Or wait, it's the other Invisible Man. Or wait, no, it's fucking Andre Toulon.
I am Eric Chani.
Calling himself some French bullshit. But don't get confused, that is the titular puppet master. He just looks like shit.
Please excuse my abrupt appearance.
I don't think I can, dude. You're one weird looking motherfucker. Like, I wouldn't want you near any children, that's for sure.
My heart is not attuned to the merriments of children.
Well, thank God for that at least. Johnny or whatever says he owns the hotel, having inherited it from Megan after she died. He's just now returned from an overseas trip for his medical condition. And don't try to be polite and say you didn't notice a condition. Dude looks like he's about to go derail a train. All of a sudden, a motorcycle guy shows up. But hey, I'm glad he waited until Patrick died, because I definitely would have gotten those dudes mixed up. If this guy does look familiar, maybe it's because he's Colin Burnson, brother of Corbin Burnson, aka everyone's favorite killer dentist. Michael here is Camille's son and wants to find out what happened to his mama. Carolyn says he can stay overnight while he figures things out. Maybe in her bed? Haha, what? Who said that? Just kidding. Unless. Something spicy's going on down the road too. Martha wakes up to find Matthew killed by Leech Woman. Oh, what? You killed Buck Flowers right off the bat? Criminal. And she didn't even use her leeches either. She's got a little puppet knife there. Martha puts up a fight and makes Lady Leech squeal with her foot. Usually gotta pay extra for that. Then she tosses the Widowmaker straight into her oven, burning her to death. Damn, the puppets are dropping like flies. Luckily, we've got a replacement.
Torch, the hottest puppet around.
We saw Toulon building him in the basement earlier, and he can even one-up her gun with his motherfucking flamethrower. Oh yeah, there he go, there she go. This is an awesome fire stunt. She's waving around and burning in those oven mitts. It leaves Martha extra crispy, but Blade makes sure she's done, like extra sure, with his blade. Spurty, spurty. Quick shout out to stunt woman Janet Lee Orcutt for doing that fire stunt. You know I love to see it. The not dead puppets return to Toulon and tell him Leech Woman didn't make it. Her death was actually mandated by distributor Paramount. It told Charles Band to replace her because she was too gross, which to be fair, she is. Still wish she stuck around longer though. Blade gives his papa some Martha meat, but Toulon says it's too burnt to be any use. Well, then why'd you make a puppet with a flamethrower, dude?
Torch, the hottest puppet around.
Apparently, he needs human flesh to make more life force juice. They're running low, but if they can secure more, Toulon can be restored to his former glory, and the puppets can keep living under his control.
Another half century as Toulon's miraculous stringless marionettes.
Yeah, Chester seems thrilled about that. Looks like they really love living in that musty-ass trunk, too. They had a bigger crew making the puppets this time around, led by David P. Barton, who got his start with the legendary K&B Effects. He and his team at Modus Effects made all the usual puppet variations. Rod puppets, cable-controlled puppets, radio-controlled puppets, and stunt puppets that they could abuse. Thanks to Joe Vicoville and Mark Rappaport, there was even a torch puppet with a legit working flamethrower arm. Holy shit. The movie detours into Andre Toulon backstory. This is the start of shit like this, guess, if you don't count the first movie's opening, and it is going to be explored a whole bunch in the series, often to contradictory degrees. I mean, it's already fucked up. This movie's headstone says Toulon died in 1941, when the scene in the first movie clearly stated it was 1939. The series goes with 1941 going forward, so, retcon, I guess. But now we're back in 1912, the year the Titanic sank. Toulon was in Egypt putting on boring puppet shows until a wizard-looking dude set that shit on fire. The guy showed him his own little goblin puppet, who I'm shocked doesn't appear to have a name, at least according to all the fan wikis I briefly checked. Puppet Master fans, you're letting me down. Look at Star Wars, man. Every Gleep-Glop in that bar has a name and backstory. I could tell you all about Carduce Malat, aka Labria, if you want to make him sound vaginal. But you're telling me this pierced ear, onion-headed guy ain't even got a name? That's just lazy. At least Wizard Guy maybe has a name, if you count a comic book that calls him Ahmed El Eskander. God, I'm probably butchering that. All right, turns out upon further inspection I was wrong. The Full Moon Features fandom wiki has a name for this guy. It's Jin the Homunculus. All right, you don't need to leave comments, let me know the name. It's right there, I see it, my bad. That was my bad. Toulon purchases the wizard's puppet life force at the behest of Helen Lovejoy.
Do it for the children.
Actually, it's his beloved wife Elsa, played by Elizabeth McClellan, who also plays Carolyn, which is why Toulon thinks that she's a reincarnation of his love. Elsa becomes a whole thing in the later movies too. If you like dumb lore, this is a great series to get into. The reincarnation angle was writer David Pabian's way of honoring the mummy, his favorite Universal monster. That's why he kept and expanded on the Egyptian mythology briefly mentioned in the first film. Back in the present, Toulon tries to rizz up Carolyn while she's hanging out with Michael. He offers them both good health.
We shouldn't want to see her injured, or yourself unhappily maimed or disfigured.
Thank you? Man, that guy's fucking weird. Was he trying to be steampunk or something? Oh shit, did he hear us? Yeah, hi! Toulon is played by Steve Wells, who only gets to show his face in the flashbacks, which also featured Charlie Band Skids in a cameo. The rest of Wells' performance required hours in the makeup chair, which is certainly commendable, but I still don't know why he chose to play this French character with a German accent.
Yeah, I suppose it indicates a weakness of character.
Wait, what the fuck? Why are we in the woods all of a sudden? Oh, probably for like a random kill scene? Sure, let's see. Oh, wait, hold up. Yo, that's a kid. Did we just cut to a kid killing scene? Maybe the kid is shitty?
Die, Nazi scum.
Nah, man, that kid's cool. But that doesn't stop Torch from stepping out to make a name for himself. The kid likes Torch's look and gives him a full inspection. Your teeth are a fine caliber, sir. But he gets a little too yelly and way too whippy, so Torch aims his namesake arm and fries the kid to death off screen. Carolyn and Michael have a beach date where he talks about his job as a writer and she shows off them paisley pants. Oh, and she cries about her brother's death. I mean, yeah, it's sad, but then they kiss, so you know what? Netting in the black, I think. Toulon returns to his lab of science, and the puppets bring him flesh and blood in a thermos to make more life fluid. They really want that juice, man. They're licking their lips like Molly when I get her dinner. Toulon commends them for getting fresh blood, not anything from an animal or a corpse, right guys? Just the top shelf shit? You wouldn't lie about that. Okay, I trust you. That night, Carolyn hops on her puppet analysis app, No Strings, I'm pretty sure it's called, but Wanda tells her to log off and go touch grass. She'll take over on the click-clacking so Carolyn can go drink brown liquor with Michael. Before they can cut a rug, frickin' Toulon shows up and cuts in. Damn, Michael, getting dunked on by a dead guy. Toulon leaves, and since he's sus as fuck, Carolyn assumes he had something to do with her brother's death. Probably Michael's mom's disappearance, too. Their trauma bonding leads to a softcore sex scene, lit like it came across it on Showtime in the 90s. You know, I didn't expect the final girl to have a sex scene. I pegged Wanda for our requisite boobs for Okay, yeah, that's right. She had boobs written all over her. She and Lance just had sex. And for some reason, it always stuck with me that she got mad at him for wanting to take a shower.
Don't take it personally.
No, it's okay. I'm used to guys hosing off afterwards. Good night.
Lady, why are you mad? He's avoiding UTIs. You should hop in there too. Instead, she leaves, only to hear noises and come back to a very clean corpse, courtesy of Blade, who slashed Lance's throat with his, well, blade. The little Jell-O guy hops off the bed and charges at Wanda, then slashes her face to hell in unconvincing close-ups. Doesn't look fatal to me, but I'll count it as a kill, since the puppets add her bits to their life goop soup. The doomed lovebirds were Full Moon regulars. Lance is played by Jeff Weston, who was kind of the opening kill in Demonic Toys. Like, he died without ever even seeing baby Oopsie Daisy. Wanda was played by Charlie Spradling, who Charles Band liked so much she became host of the Full Moon fan club and official spokesperson for the company. She didn't especially love working on this movie though. She said director David Allen was more focused on the puppets than the actors, which yeah, that appears to be the case.
I enjoy working with actors, but the puppets, it's a whole different thing, a different satisfaction, a different fulfillment.
Carolyn wraps up snogging time with Michael and looks out a window to see Eric Shanae outside. Wait, is it morning already? She's walking around around and it seems like it's night, but then it cuts back to him and it feels like the breakfast menu is about to end. Carolyn sneaks a peek at his puppet workshop and finds a couple of life-size creations in the closet. Toulon shows up and says he made them just for her. And don't worry about Michael, Torch is taking care of his ass. Oh, wait, Torch, where'd you go, dude? His ass is still alive. His ass is real alive, dude. You're gonna be in so much trouble, Torch. Especially after Michael goes under the ring and grabs a fire extinguisher, which he uses to absolutely body Torch. Oh, wow, that doll got fucked up. Toulon tells the captive Carolyn that he's Andre Toulon and that she's his beloved Elsa. Elsa want blankie? Elsa get blankie, all warm now. He reveals his true face to Carolyn and it is fucking horrid, my God. Wow, that's gross. Good makeup though. Effects artist David P. Barton based this look on the Boromos Man, a body found in a Danish peat bog in the 40s that was preserved from like 700 BCE. Toulon mixes up a batch of his milky life fluid and tells his Elsa they're gonna transfer their souls into these puppets so they can live forever.
Together.
All he's gotta do is drain this shitty, gross-ass body's life force into the new one. It can be done with a handy funnel. Great, all done. Just look at this fucking nightmare.
You see how easy it can be? Only a moment of pain, and then immortality.
Jesus, fuck, this is an abomination. And it sounds like a dinosaur kid too! Actually, that weird hiccup is because of the animal blood and or brains his puppets have been giving him for the life serum. I guess their real victims kept getting too burnt. Huh, wonder why.
Torch, the hottest puppet.
So they grabbed roadkill or some shit. Man, the puppets are kind of useless, honestly. Like, Michael beats them all up, no problem. I mean, sure, they deal some psychic damage when they taunt him with his dead mom's body, but he still winds up throwing Blade down the laundry chute, so who cares, right? I don't know why, but Toulon reveals he never planned to keep the puppets alive. He just wanted Carol Elsa, whom he's going to transfer into puppet form now. Thank you. But turns out she's a spitter, not a swallower, and also Michael's here to save the day with his bare hands. Amidst the commotion, the puppets steal the life force from Toulon and knock him to the ground. Oh shit, you don't want to be down there, my man. I tell ya, it's puppet turf. As Michael unties Carolyn, the puppets turn on their master, which, yeah, is pretty much exactly what they did in the first one. Like, it's the same thing. It even started with the bad guy stupidly getting mean towards his puppets. Just keep the puppet pals happy, bad guys. It's an easy win. The good guys get away as the puppets bash this bogus Brahms. They splinter him down and spill green blood all over the place. The puppets surround him and Torch comes in to flambe with final flames Andre Toulon, who goes out with another awesome fire stun. Oh, and now he's out the window. Now he's in the air. Oh man, that's great. The puppets gather around Camille's body and eye that spare unused puppet. Take them both to the Blueprints workshop, friends. Michael later buries his mom's body, but he mentions that they found it moved. And that's because the puppets put its life force into the puppet meant for Camille, creating another atrocity.
We'll have lots of fun.
God, this series is fucking weird. The movie ends with Camille and the puppets going to harvest blood from a juvie prison or something? I don't know, man. It's literally never addressed or acknowledged again in any of the sequels. How many lives went on too long before the puppets cut their strings? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Just as soon as I can figure out how to get to them. Oh, hey, farmer lady, do you know how to get to the numbers?
You're back on the highway, turn left at the crossroads, and if your luck runs out, you'll find the place.
Okay, thank you.
You know what's good for you, you stay away from the numbers. They say Satan's got a pie chart in there. And brimstone comes out of the chimneys at night and it smells like roasted entrails. You ever smell roasted entrails, lady?
No, I haven't. Also, I'm a man, but thank you. And thanks for not spitting at me at least. Oh, come on! There were 10 kills in Puppet Master 2, with the victims consisting of 5 human males, 1 puppet male, 3 human women, and 1 puppet leech woman. That gives us a pie chart that'll get splinters in your mouth. And leeches! This sequel also topped the original in kills, which frankly, you always love to see. And with a runtime of 89 minutes, it had a kill on average every 8.9 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Andre Toulon. I loved Martha's fire stunt, but Toulon was on fire and got defenestrated. What a one-upper. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Camille, dragged off screen with a bewildering lack of resistance. And that's it. Puppet Master 2 came out direct-to-video in 1990. The next 3 movies are probably the fan favorites of the series, so hopefully I get to them sooner rather than later. But until next time, I'm James A. Janice. let's spin the kill count.
On the next kill count.
Oh, hi there. We're so glad you could come over to visit. Isn't that right, Mr. Crockett? Mr. Crockett?
Hello.
There you are. We can't start the show without you. Let's go!
Welcome to Mr. Crockett's world.
In this world, we can do anything. Play our favorite games.
The greatest game of all. Hide and seek.
Draw anything we can think of.
It's magical marker time.
And learn important lessons.
I have a song to teach you all about it.
It's a world full of fun new friends like Boogaloo Blue, Squawky Bird, and Mr. Chair.
Grumpy.
And best of all, there are no parents around.
He's killing parents and taking more kids.
No more mean grown-ups telling you to go to sleep at night or making you eat your vegetables.
If you don't eat right, you can get the grumpies. And no one likes a grumpy Gus.
Mr. Crockett has taken care of them for you, my children. You'll never have to worry about them again.
This is my house now.
This week, pop that VHS in and watch Mr. Crockett. Then stay up to whatever time you want to watch the kill count, only on Dead Meat.
You don't know who the fuck you're talking to.
Mr. Crockett can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Dead Meat always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thanks a lot for watching this kill count on Puppet Master 2. I still have one more giant puppet I can stick back there. It's Six Shooter. He comes in the next one. I think the next three are the fan favorites because it's got nice Andre Toulon. The next one actually takes place during World War II, and it's Andre Toulon and his puppets fighting the Nazis. So, I mean, that's pretty fucking fun. You guys want to see that? Let me know. A lot of exciting stuff happening here at Dead Meat, which I feel like I'm saying all the time, but it's true. A lot of traveling this year. A lot of conventions and live shows. If you want to stay on top of that, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You can do so at the bottom of our website, deadmeat.rip, which is a great web address. On that site, you can also find that new merch I mentioned. Or just subscribe to Dead Meat Presents and tune in for the Monday morning live streams. They're a lot of fun. Not only do you get horror news and channel updates, but sometimes you get a little bit of tea from Kylie Minogue concerts. Dude got ejected from a front row seat, man. What a fumble! All right, thanks everybody. Be good people.